Back, you're still watching Morning Live. Now, it is set in the time of the historical King Hintsa kaKhawuta, there we go, and concerns a dispute between the fictional twins, Wele and Babini, over their deceased father's estate. As they're born on the same day, there is a dispute as to who should take their father's place. That's acclaimed IsiXhosa novel by Samuel Edward Krune, of Ityala lamawele, which has been adapted into a stage play by Thando Doni. The award-winning production, also directed by Mandla Mbothwe, returns to the Artscape Theatre from the 11th of October to the 22nd. Now, to tell us more, we're joined by Doni, from our Sea Point studios. Sir, good morning. Welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning. Thank you very much.
Thando, let's talk about Ityala lamawele and what attracted you to the story.
The thing is, if you look at most of the theatre that we do, and in most of the theatre that is played in our big theatres, you will find that most of it is in English, and we don't have our stories. So it became important for us to tell a Xhosa story, because most of the theatre that we see these days is always in English. So now we need to find our own stories and tell our own stories. So we looked back, me and Mandla, and saw which play can we do. And then we remembered, there were stories when we were growing up that we used to like watching, and we had characters that we followed all the time. So we thought, Ityala lamawele will be a perfect one. So, and it's also because of language, and because the entire show is in IsiXhosa, so that's what inspired the show.
What is it about the story of Ityala lamawele that's, lasted for so long? I mean, for as long as I can remember, Ityala lamawele has been there, but somehow, it's turned into a stage play, but it's also very relevant.
The thing about Ityala lamawele is that if you look at it today, the same issues that we had in those days, because it deals with laws, and then it deals with culture. It celebrates us as people, and it celebrates us as individuals, and it celebrates the Xhosa culture as well. So the relevance of it is that what we have today, and then what was then in those days, is still the same in terms of how people speak, and then how we look at laws, and then how we respect the language itself, and the metaphors that the language carry. And then also the thing is that these days we don't get a lot of shows that get to speak, and then that are relevant to the youth today, because now we have forgotten how to speak our own language. And then how do we remind ourselves of how to be and how not to be, but because our parents were. Now the show teaches us how our parents used to live, and then we follow that.
Yeah. Speak to us about your cast and why they were the best people for these different roles.
The cast, you asked me about the cast now?
Yes.
Oh, so in the cast we have Swayisa. It's the cream of the crop from Cape Town. We have Swayisa, Mqhayi, Tumeka Mzaiya, and then all of them, they are the Cape Town's finest. And if I can also touch on because the show is also musical, and then the music is all original score. It's composed by the cast with, of course, the musical direction from Mqhayi, who is a very good musician, and then he has directed all the music of the show.
Mm-hmm. Now, there was a review that I read from Q at the National Arts Festival, and the review says it serves as a guideline on how IsiXhosa language is spoken and written. The play uses IsiXhosa to revive the stories written and narrated by IsiXhosa writers. Is this, in your opinion, a true reflection of what you and Mandla set out to do in the first place?
The thing is, most of the time, we just need to reclaim, because now we have forgotten our language, we have forgotten our stories, and what we set out to do is to find a trend where people get to find pride in speaking their own languages. And then me and Mandla, that's what we want to do. We want to remind ourselves, we want to claim what has been taken away from us, we want to find pride pride mostly, so that people can speak confidently about themselves and then speak and say, "Mna ngumntu ebantwini," because there's pride in that.
Yeah. What did working on this production teach you about IsiXhosa and the culture?
I mean, IsiXhosa, for me, it's something that we were born with. It's our mother tongue, and within it, and then it's in culture. There's a lot one can learn. There's a lot one can take from it. So it is always important for us to always go back, because the ways that our parents were, the ways that our forefathers were, and how they spoke, and the metaphors that lie within the language, they can teach one a lot. So it is always important that we always touch into that.
And you've just returned from the National Arts Festival. How was that?
Well, it was quite nice. We got a standing ovation award, which is quite nice, and I'm grateful for that. But also the things with our people is that one person will come and watch the show, and then that person that came the day before, and then that person will bring other people to come and watch the show, and then those other 4 people that they brought, they will bring other 4 people to come and watch the show. And then you'll find that we have a full house of people that have been coming to watch the show 3 times or 4 times, because they enjoy the show and they love it. To a certain extent, sometimes the actors will complain because now the people start saying the lines, because they've been to the show so much that now they know the script.
Yeah.
So it was quite a lovely experience like that.
Yeah. Well, all right, give us details of your run at the Artscape.
So the run starts on the 12th until the 22nd of October, which is this Wednesday, and then it's on at 7:30 every day.
All right. Thando, thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you very much to you for this time.
All right. Director and adapter of acclaimed IsiXhosa novel Ityala lamawele, Thando Doni, speaking to us about the production, which returns to the Artscape from the 12th to the 22nd of October after a successful run at the National Arts Festival and the Standard Bank Silver Ovation Award.